Hey guys, I just completed a 7-week vegan challenge, something I've wanted to do for a very long time, but my love of meat and dairy kept me from doing it. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk about why I did this, the pros, the cons, will I stick with it, am I gonna continue vegan? Keep on watching. All right, before I start, I do want to acknowledge this beautiful red outfit. This is from Fabletics. I am a Fabletics partner, and when I saw this for my August pick, I was like, send it over, honey. I love me some red, and I love that it kind of shows like it's a crop top, but it doesn't show your tummy, because I don't always want to show my tummy, but I like that it's short enough that it doesn't. Anyways, I'll leave a link so that you can look into Fabletics, because I love it. I love the quality. But anyways, this video is not about Fabletics. It's about my vegan journey. I feel like I have something on my lip. Do I? No. It's about my vegan journey. So why did I do this? I have wanted to try going plant-based for a very long time, but I'm just one of those people that I'm like, no, I love meat, I love dairy, and I just could not commit to it. So when I follow, it's so funny because I actually follow a lot of vegan food bloggers, vegan YouTubers, and I watch their what I eat in a day videos. I'm always so like, my favorite is the girl that does the Just Beautician, that does the Vegan June. She started with her Vegan June challenge. Love her videos. I can watch them all the time. And I'm so inspired by just their use of veggies and everything. And so I follow a very popular vegan bodybuilder who I'm inspired by. I listen to her podcast. I learned so much from her. So she recently came out with a new challenge, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I think it's the only way that I will commit to this lifestyle, because I'm just kind of like that. I am the type of person that if you give me a challenge, I will stick with it. I'm pretty committed, but to just do something like on my own and of my own free will, not so much. So I signed up for the challenge, and right away, the meal plan to me was just very boring. She warned us, it's actually a pretty extreme meal plan. So when I looked at it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to do this, but it was like soups, protein shakes, like just not a sustainable meal plan for me. And I kind of felt like I was wasting my veganism on this meal plan. It just was not a good fit for me. I did do it for 4 weeks though. I did do it for 4 weeks. And I gotta tell you, those first 4 weeks were pretty bad. My stomach was in shambles, gas, pain. It was not a good look. I honestly, at my 4th week, I was going to like just say, I don't think this is the lifestyle for me. My stomach was in so much pain. There were nights where I couldn't sleep with James, my husband, because I'm like, babe, you do not want to get near me. Like, this is toxic. It was bad, you guys. And I've read a lot of, people who transition to plant-based. They say this. She warned us about it in the meal plan, but this was like, I couldn't live in peace. And it was so weird to me because I'm used to eating veggies and, but this was a whole nother level. I did find though that I could not tolerate tofu, which was kind of a shame because that's the biggest protein source. And so I was really bummed because then I found it very hard to consume enough protein for just my appetite. Like, yeah, you can do a ton of beans and all this stuff, but it's like, it's just a lot of food. So I found it very hard to maintain. But once I eliminated tofu, I was way better. And that happened once I kind of decided to do my own thing. I went back to my roots, to my Beachbody meal plan, and I looked up like a vegan meal plan using the container system just so I could track and know, because I'm also trying to like tone. I'm not trying to get skinny. So I wanted to make sure I'm getting the right macronutrients. So once I started doing that and putting the nutrition in my own hands, guys, I was in heaven. I loved every single recipe that I made. So I guess let's talk about all the pros. So the pros are, it kept me so creative in the kitchen. I loved everything that I made. I would just like use veggies in ways I hadn't before. The second pro that I loved about it was that it just kept me in my veggies. Like every meal revolved around vegetables. Like vegetables is the staple, and then you just decide what you're gonna have around that, which I love it, because normally you decide what your protein's gonna be and then kind of like your side dishes. With this, it's like the vegetable is the main dish. How are you gonna dress it up? So I loved that about this. Another pro is it helped me to avoid like junk food, being at like parties and stuff. I didn't even feel deprived. It's like, oh, that has dairy. Like, no, I'm good. A few times I did go to a birthday party and I stopped at Whole Foods to get kind of like some vegan treats if I wanted them, just so that I wouldn't be tempted to like have the cake or something like that. But anyways, it just helped me to avoid junk food and just unnecessary munching that maybe I would like on the weekends or something like that. I ate good even on the weekends. Even on the weekends, my meals were veggie rich, and I love that because I felt like I wasn't binging. The other pro is I had barely any sugar cravings. Almost all of my sugar cravings went completely away. I usually have like these JoJo's chocolates, dark chocolates, and I'll have like a bite of like a half a square every few nights, maybe even some nights consistently, like every night. I literally, in the 7 weeks that I did this, I maybe had JoJo's like 3 times. I just did not think of sweets. It wasn't something my body craved, which that was really cool for me. What else? I lost 7 pounds. I was trying to like maybe shock my body a little bit. I have been struggling with weight loss a bit, but the purpose of me doing this is just because I really have wanted to try the vegan lifestyle out for a long time, but I haven't been able to commit. So I was really thankful that I lost those 7 pounds. I had been kind of in a plateau. So lost 7 pounds and hadn't put them back on. Let's see now that I have been inviting a little more. Well, we'll get to that later. But anyways, what else? I didn't feel restricted. I didn't miss meat or dairy. I was good. Honestly, I was good. I felt good. When we went out to eat, I made, all the healthy choices that I could. Okay, this goes into the cons, talking more about eating out, but we'll talk about that. So let's go into our cons. All right, so the cons was, it didn't really fit with my lifestyle with my family. There were like 2 times we went out to eat because that's what they wanted to eat, and I couldn't order anything. There was literally nothing. We went to this breakfast spot, everything had butter, dairy. I could have had a side of fruit, but I was craving more savory, not fruit. And so I just got a side of grits. But I was fine. I was fine because I was gonna come home and make my thing, but my family was like, really, Mom? The kids just kind of gave me a hard time and they didn't understand it. They looked at it more like something restrictive, and they just were like, this is no fun having a mommy that's not going to eat with us. The other con was my stomach. I talked about that earlier. It was not good for me. I did have to do a lot of experimenting and it got better, but that was just a big con, was just adjusting to it. Unless you go to vegan restaurants, it is hard to find choices. Yes, you can get a salad, but you're just gonna eat very plain. It's not gonna be like delicious foods. Like if you went to a vegan restaurant, like we went to this awesome cafe and we had this mushroom burger with a side of sweet potatoes. It was to die for. It was so good. But again, unless you go to a restaurant that's gonna cater to that, you're just gonna end up ordering like the plain salad or something like that. So anyways, will I continue with this? Probably not. I learned so much, and I want to incorporate almost like, how people do meatless Mondays. I want to just do like meat Mondays, like eat so much plant-based and then maybe have meat sparingly. That's just what I see, like just fits my lifestyle. I don't see myself as giving up meat or dairy for the rest of my life, but I definitely love just using veggies in the way that I did when I was vegan, and just like, oh man, just making it the staple rather than like the afterthought or like the side dish. What else? What else can I tell you? I don't know. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. But overall, it was a positive experience for me, and we'll see. I'm going to continue sharing my food journey on my Instagram page, Not Fat, Not Skinny. So follow me over there for more updates. And just to see what I eat every day, because I do share it all over there. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening. Signing off, a former 7-week veganer. Ask me any questions you want in the comments, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.